So, hello everyone. Welcome if you are new to the channel, and welcome back if you love me. I love you too. We're here for a quick message and divine timing for those of you who need it. This is specifically in regards to cyberbullying. More in the realm of being extorted for money and where that comes from and how to deal with it. So if you are being cyberbullied, if you may be cyberbullied in the future, and if you are presently a cyberbully, this may be important, okay? So where this comes from, this forcing of energy on other people to get what they want, typically comes from a place where they themselves are being forced into things, extorted for things, and are being used to extract money from other people for someone else. So most of the time, cyber bullies who extort people for money, who try and take advantage of people for money, they're at the mercy of someone else and are being put between a rock and a hard place to do what they're doing, and have no other means inside their own mind as a way to figure out how to get whatever they need to get for whomever it is. These people behind it all are opportunists who have a desire for luxury and use those who are keeping secrets. They've been spied upon and have secrets. And when we have secrets that we don't want other people to know, it's easy to take advantage of them, right? Because if you've got some dirt on somebody and that dirt, you are unwilling to expose it, then anyone could essentially use you for just about anything if you are willing to do it in order to keep it under the rug, kind of thing, right? To keep the dirt under the rug and not let it be seen. So that's the first thing you need to understand. If you're being bullied by someone, chances are someone else has dirt on them and they're being used and manipulated in order to keep the secrets a secret. The best way to combat that energy is to expose yourself. To expose yourself instead of living in a fear state and taking actions against other people that go against your own moral code, your own integrity of soul. The best way to combat it is to expose your own secrets. You know, when we get into the advice, which is knowing the difference between shame and guilt. You know, guilt is I did something bad. And shame is I am bad. And if you've done something that is bad, right, deemed as bad by other people, instead of thinking that you are a bad person and taking that action as that is bad and defining yourself as bad because of it, the best thing that you can do is, one, forgive yourself. Be grateful for the experiences that taught you what you really should and shouldn't do, because when you do things that need to be kept a secret, you allow room for the shadow to attach to you, right? Guilt can easily turn into shame and evolve into shame. And when you're ashamed of yourself and allow people to use you and abuse you in some form of fashion, especially financially, you have to be able to go back and allow yourself the ability to accept the mistake that was made, and then choose to acknowledge it and not make it again, right? That you wouldn't continue to do the same bad things that got you in this pickle in the first place, right? And even if you're not being cyberbullied per se. Like, if you're just living life dealing with individuals who take advantage of you financially, right, who prey upon you financially and use you for money or use you for stability in some way because you feel guilty, like you deserve to be punished for being a bad person, right, that you have some kind of shame for acts that you've committed, willing or unwilling, knowing or unknowing at the time, that on some deep subconscious level you deserve to be punished and you deserved to be broke and you deserved, you deserve to be abused in that way. This is about letting yourself retract and mind yourself that you are not a bad person and you don't deserve to be punished because you've done something incorrectly, right? Because you've made bad choices, even if you've made multiple bad choices, even if it's become a pattern for you, like acknowledging the fact that you are suffering because of these choices at the hands of other people, the will of other people to take advantage of you in your low vibratory state, predatory energies, vampiric energies in our life. This is about going within yourself and forgiving yourself and saying that you don't actually deserve to punish yourself like this anymore, that you can heal, that you can be a different person or a better person. Holding gratitude for the lessons that people have taught you, that life has taught you, that you've taught yourself, right, with your own choices. That when you do things that you are ashamed of, when you do things that you feel guilt for on some level, that you've betrayed people that you love, or that you have betrayed people who are innocent and trusting, if you've done certain things in your life that hurt other people, knowing that others who are of a darker nature than the actions you took would attach to your energy and take advantage of it and start to bring you down into their darkness because of it. It's not really worth it, and it kind of reminded me of the scene in 8 Mile where Eminem is going up at the end against Clarence, and he's, exposing all of these things that Clarence could essentially battle him about. And he shuts him down completely, like it's a mic drop moment, because he just said everything that could possibly be used against him. And now there was nothing left. There was nothing left to do or say about it. You remove the power that someone is holding over you when you choose to self-expose and self-forgive and allow the chips to fall where they may, to put yourself in a position of understanding and learning, as opposed to trying to cover it up and thinking you can move forward and get through what you're dealing with without being exposed, right? It's better to expose yourself and start over wherever you need to start over based off the actions that you took, to accept the consequences of those actions, as opposed to being extorted because someone else is holding it over you, right? Because they got the dirt on you and now they're using it against you. It's better to just let the truth be the truth and dissolve the illusion, dissolve the fear state that you're now trapped and beholden and hooked into, this person's energy that is siphoning off your better light, right? We always have this opportunity to find gratitude in the darkest of moments and heal, and remember that we're not bad people just because we make mistakes. We're not bad people just because we've, screwed up in such a huge way that we would be afraid to be exposed. If you've done wrongs in your life, the best way to get out of that is to right your wrongs in the best way possible. And the truth sets you free. The truth sets you free. This world, I was listening to the radio in the car, and Imagine Dragons came on. And it was about the price you pay and being in this world, and it's such a cold world, like you've got to be cutthroat. And that's not the case. To make it in life, truly, to make it in life, as a soul. It's not about being cold. It's not about being cutthroat. It's not about taking advantage of other people to get ahead. It's not about extorting people's secrets and extorting people's mistakes and making them pay for it, literally, you know, and hurting other people in the process, right? Pain ripple is real. This is about acknowledging that feeling and letting shit hit the fan if it needs to hit the fan, because the actions you took or the choices you took that, you know, you've kept secret have some kind of consequence in your mind that may or may not even be real. You know, it may or may not even be real. You may be afraid of losing this and losing that and dealing with this and dealing with that. And, you know, sometimes exposing yourself for what the mistake that you made is the start to a healing process that you don't actually lose what you think you're going to lose. Especially if you can reset into that energy of gratitude and take the lesson learned, you know, take that kind of gift, that hard gift from the universe that wants you to be a better version, right? Wants you to be a better person, wants you to be better than who you were yesterday, than who you were at the time you committed the shadow, right? That you committed the fault or the fear state mistake that put you in the predicament you're in. You know, wants you to be a better person this lifetime than you were last lifetime. So if anybody is holding things over you and using you for it, the best thing you can do is find gratitude for the experience on the whole. Remember that you are not a bad person and that you don't deserve to be extorted or used or threatened in such a way that when you take what they're holding over you away from them, they truly have no power over you. There's nothing else that they could do. If you're willing to risk it all to free yourself, then that is exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get freedom, you know. So that is the message. I hope that it helped you in some which way, shape, or form, especially if this was or will be significant for you. It is better to be honest and true. And remember that just because we've taken actions in fault, because we've taken actions from a wounded place, does not mean that we can't heal. And it doesn't mean that we're bad people. It means that we were learning, and that's okay. You're allowed to learn. That is literally why you're here. So until next time, guys, my love and support is with you always. Remember, your power is always with you. No one can actually take that from you if you choose to not allow it. All right? Love and blessings. Catch you guys next time.